Hey everyone! So, back with another video, and just one where I'm gonna talk about what I think about what happened last night. So, what happened last night was that there were riots in my hometown. So, there are riots in the town that I am in right now. I am in Rotterdam, I live in Rotterdam, and these riots happened like not even a kilometer away from where I live. Right, so I could hear the helicopters, I could hear the fireworks, I could hear even some screaming at some point. Just basically, it was pretty close by. So, what are these riots about? Well, actually, the riots are about something different, but the protest that was the intent of the day was about COVID restrictions that the politics in Holland are starting to plan at this point. So the plan in Holland is that you have to have proof, like the QR scanner thing, and that the plan is for people to be able to enter places like a movie theater or going to dinner or stuff like that, that you're either gonna have to prove that you have had COVID recently, or you have to prove that you've got vaccinated. And that's the idea that is living in Holland now. And that's what they want to work towards, to have like a check system. And of course, a lot of people do not agree with that. A lot of people see it as a restriction on their freedom, right? And here's the thing. I'm all for people believing what they believe, feeling what they feel, being frustrated, being angry, being scared, all of that. So if people want to protest, that's their right. If you feel like justice isn't being done, you have the right to protest, period. So for people to go out on the street and organize a protest in the city centre of Rotterdam, it makes sense. I may not agree with it, or I may. You don't know. But here's the thing. A protest is a protest and you have the legal right to do that. So who can blame them, right? Who can blame people for doing that? But here's the thing. In a world that has been dealing with COVID for the past 2 years, people get a little anxious, a little antsy, and a little frustrated. And that means that mob mentality is easily triggered. In the same world, you have people who just really, really enjoy being assholes. You have people who are hooligans, basically, who like to riot, who get a kick out of instigating riots. So what starts with a protest, if you add hooligans and rioters to the mix, you get a surge of adrenaline, you get a surge of mob mentality, and shit goes wild. And I think that's what happened last night in Rotterdam. I don't think it is the people who instigated the protests who instigated the riots. I think they are two separate sources, right? The people who instigated the protest want to be heard, want to see a change. The people who instigate riots want chaos, want destruction, want adrenaline, and want all that. And I don't see those being on the same line normally. I do think that when you have a big group of people who is unhappy enough to protest, that it doesn't take much to light a fuse. And it doesn't take much for the situation to get out of hand. And I think that's what happened last night. So I just want to let you know that my thoughts on that are this way. I don't think the protesters are the ones who were originally responsible for the riots. I don't think that this is the new way of expressing your wishes to the world. I think that idea is just not true. It is not a way to do things, and people of sound mind do not do that. It's people who enjoy a riot, people who enjoy a fight, who will instigate it, lit the fuse, and set the shit on fire, you know. And I think that's what happens. And I think we just need to be aware of that. We need to kind of get that this is not something that is gonna happen categorically from now on, because people figure, we're not being heard enough, so we're gonna show brute force. I don't think that's what happened, and I think to assume that that has happened is a little short-sighted. So I just want to get my idea out there that this is the way I see it. I might be wrong, but obviously I don't think I am, or else I wouldn't be saying this. But I don't think a normal protest automatically turns into this unless there is a group of instigators, hooligans, stuff like that. So I just want to get that out there. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it, and I am thoroughly pissed off that this happened. I am upset. I'm just amazed by the group of people, the type of people who think it's okay to mess shit up on purpose, who think it's okay to risk public safety, to risk the lives of people who are being paid to help, to keep the peace, to actually be like ambulance people, just police officers, caretakers, just people, firefighters, I despise with a passion people who purposely go after them. These are the people who are there to help you, and it's like your hobby or your passion to wreck their shit and to wreck their lives and to make the jobs more difficult. And I seriously do not get people who like that. I think there is something seriously wrong with you and you need to get yourself checked out or whatever. But I don't get that. I will never get it. I will never understand it. And I despise people like that. So it's just out there, right? That's my opinion about you if you are like that. And I don't give a shit what you think about me. And I know you don't give a shit what I think about you. So who cares, right? I just want to have said that. I do not despise people who want a peaceful protest. You have every right to protest normally, safely. And I do think a lot of people got triggered last night. And yes, they should take accountability, take responsibility for being triggered. But in the end, I think the triggers were the mob mentality started by hooligans who seek destruction and who seek to ruin people's lives as a hobby. And those people need to be held accountable most of all. That's my thoughts on it. And well, this video has gone on way longer than I expected, and it's a pretty serious video for my taste, but you know what, I just felt like I had to get it out there. So let's hope that in the near future things will be a little smoother than that, and let's hope that people who get a kick out of destroying shit get locked up, basically, or at least get fined, get some sort of just some sort of justice system that takes care of that, This is not okay, this should not be okay. And I'm stating right here that I don't find it okay. So, we'll see. Anyway, it's the weekend now. I am going to enjoy a lovely quiet day. And I will see you in the next video, hopefully with a little more cheery subject. See you on the next one. Bye bye.